Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Milan Weekly Podcast channel. On tonight's episode of Milan Coast to Coast, well, first, we're going to remove this slide because this is not correct. So, just so you know, this is not the correct slide. We're going to fix that in a second. But on tonight's episode, we're going to talk about the Coppa Italia clash with Atalanta that happened today. We're going to talk about the exit of the King Krunic that seems to be imminent. And of course, we're going to get you ready for the big game against Roma on the weekend. But before we get to that, guys, you got to do us a favor. If you're here, if you're watching, if you enjoy the content, please make sure you're subscribed to the Milan Weekly Podcast channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're up to date with all of our videos. Please smash that like button and make sure that you are a part of our Patreon family so you can help support the channel. I am not with my partner tonight. I got not one Canadian, but two Canadians. So, fellas, are we ready?
Let's go.
This is like the Twilight Zone.
Welcome to Milan Coast to Coast!
Milan Weekly Podcast presents Milan Coast to Coast with your hosts, Gio and Fabio.
Benvenuti nella casa Giroud in area, si gira, sinistro, Rade, col capolavoro di Olivier Giroud.
Mignon with another magical save.
Hernandez, coast to coast, del numero 19.
Leao carica il mancino. Eccolo qua, Rafa Leao.
Nice little intro.
Not bad. Not bad. And he's
you.
he's muted himself. He fucking
No,
muted.
it's
He's
just my
hosting this fucking
stupid
show.
thing. My stupid thing always is delayed for some reason. This is why I need that MWP cash. I need to upgrade my budget, baby. Guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening. As you can tell, my partner Gio is not here tonight. So I had to call to my two brothers from the north. I said, Vinny, please, aiutami. I need help this evening. He came through. But I said, you know what? Montreal's not enough tonight. I need one of Toronto's finest. So I called on my brother Timmy. Boys, how you doing this evening? I hope you're doing better than me. Vinny, how are you, man?
We're doing good. You know, Gio is out the commission. He tagged me in. I had to come in, and this is like I'm not hosting. It's like Bizarro World, the Twilight Zone. What the hell is going on? Hello to Liban, Youssef, Jason, Facebook, Frank, Kim is here live from Australia. But I'm ready for you to shoot the questions this time, Bagel Boy.
All right. See, listen, leave the food damn slang out of this.
Right. Poor Sonny working overtime.
You're right. And I have the thumbnail here. All right. And unfortunately, it's out of the Coppa. That's what this tip, this is what happens when we have to ask Sonny to give us multiple things. Maybe I kiboshed it, even making one that we won. But that's the first one. So let's remove it. Timmy, how are you doing this evening, man?
Not bad. I mean, besides the game and all, but can't complain. It's starting to cool down over here in Toronto. But yeah, as cold as our team right now, right?
Yeah, you know what?
Not
and
that
let's
cold. Come
guys,
on,
listen.
It's
My
starting,
balls are
it's
frozen right now. Let's get into it, all right? Because the whole first half, we were looking like we were the better team. And then in the 44th minute, 45th minute, Leao and Teo, the thing we've been missing from the left side, finally came through. Beautiful run by Teo, lays it back, and Leao takes a nice, perfect little shot, buries it. We were riding high. We were feeling good. I said, finally, we are back in it. And before I could finish fist pumping in excitement, this goddamn cup minders, whatever fuck his name is, goes and buries it on us, and we're fucking level at the half. So, Vinny, I know you were busy here, but you see Leao score. They answer back 90 seconds later. Did you have any thoughts going into halftime saying, you know what? Not what you wanted to see, but were you confident that we could keep it going in the second half? We looked like the better team in the first half.
No, we definitely did. And, I had the short staff today, had the game onto the TV. These French customers don't understand what the hell's going on. I'm like, shut their fucking mouth. I'm watching Milan. And the one moment I was able to stop was when Leao scored. I scared an old lady when I said, goal. And then when Atalanta scored, I started laughing. I'm like, well, obviously this has to happen to us, right? But I still felt somewhat confident, and I will take the blame on this one, gentlemen, because this morning walked into the bar, saw the old man that's a Fiorentina fan, and I said, hey, ci vediamo quarto di semifinale. And he looks at me and goes, you didn't win shit yet. And then I realized I should never talk before. So guys, don't blame the refs, don't blame Pioli, blame me. That's the only thing I'm going to say.
Listen, we're going to get to that, but all right. So, Tim, I know you made time here to watch the game, but
I did.
This second half wasn't anything good to watch. Again, another time of watching our team basically switch off. It's like the moment we got scored on, we didn't have an idea of what to do in the second half. So I start to look at a couple of different things happen. One, when we talked about Jimenez coming up, right? And obviously he had some issues at Real Madrid, became an opportunity for us to get another guy, which we thought, oh, maybe he could be like Dale 2.0, right? But he did all that exciting stuff against inferior talent. Now, this game here against Atalanta is the first time he's really faced better talent.
Yep.
And I look at that foul, whether you think it's a foul or not, what you do see, he does get a slight touch on the ball before his leg clashes into the other player. But what did you think when you saw that? Did you think it was a penalty? Did you think
no pen? Never in a million years a pen. If VAR went to go look at it, you see it right away. He touched the ball first.
But they did.
No, they didn't.
Yes,
VAR went to look at it, but he didn't go to the screen to look at it. So this is just so much complaining. Like, we don't know the rules. Just go get it out of the way. Look at it. Call it a day. Like, VAR needs to say, I think we saw something. I think it didn't go in. Go check. Boom. He goes and checks, and that's it. So at the end of the day, he tapped the ball. He got the ball. And the only reason why there was contact at all was because he was already falling. If you look at the play, now, yes, maybe in quickly, you might not see it. But when it's in slow motion, you see him touch the ball. The guy dives, and his leg touches him. So, ball before contact. If the rule
how
is
do you
correct,
explain? Okay,
it's
guys,
ball
guys,
before
guys,
contact.
Guys. Roma Atalanta on Sunday. The guy takes a shot on goal and he gets fouled after, and they still gave it. So if this is the rules, let's complain about the refereeing and the VAR system, because there's nothing to understand, because goal is being reviewed, right? Huh?
The
goal
Inter game.
Forget the Inter. Right now, for Gasperini to come out and say VAR is a disgrace, right? Because we don't know who the fuck is running the show, right? So the penalty given to Atalanta, is it going to be given? Yeah. Are you going to talk about the arm on the ball at the end? Was it next to the body? Guys, I don't want to be that fan. I don't want to be that fan that just looks at it fucking excuses when it comes to it's Pioli's fault, it's the referee. Guys, we had our chances and we didn't capitalize.
Look, at the end of the day, if VAR wasn't a thing, we wouldn't be talking about it. If VAR didn't exist, would that be a penalty? Most likely. If VAR didn't exist, would that handball be given in the box? Probably not. So if we're going to go based on not having VAR at all, then you know what? The calls are right. By the referee's point of view, in that quick of time, without somebody telling him, hey, go take a look, maybe hold on, let's take a look. You know what? That penalty probably would have been given, and that handball would not be given if there was.
So it's the VAR's referee's decision to say there's nothing for you to say. Take a second look at. It's fine. just the way they did on the 2 calls. But in the end, guys, did we not have our chances? I just don't want to
did.
be.
We
Let's
did.
let's discuss the formation change, and that we
That's
can
another.
discuss.
Well, there's another thing that you could say that did go away by them not looking at it, was that play where Gabbia collides with, I can't remember who the player was that he collides with, and basically ends up having to get Darun. It was Darun, and they both had to get substituted. But if you look at the replay, which until of course our friend Nima had to get those eyes and look and see and find, because obviously everybody was talking about Bastoni's elbows from last week or whatever it was, but it looks like Reindeers really shoves him in to Gabbia, and so technically that could have been shoulder to shoulder. I mean, it's a fucking shove, man. He shoves the shit out of him.
Rangers is half his size. So how hard of a shove could it have been?
Guys, it was
more
complain
into the back of the player.
The Renteristas is not a complaint about the Scudetto year that the Giroud gave a fucking shoulder to shoulder. Guys, in the end, it's the VAR is the problem. I see everybody's comments.
It is
on there.
because sometimes
VAR is the problem.
VAR seems
Give us a fucking.
If you don't know what you're getting from VAR, whether the guy's really there or out smoking a cigarette, you can't be 100% sure.
Give
All right,
someone
they're indecisive. For me, VAR needs to be basically: are you upholding what the guy calls on the field? If it's not clear, like the NFL does, has to be clear and decisive, then you know what? You go with whatever the fuck it was called on the field, and that's it. So I'm not going to harp too much. Now, you mentioned the fucking last play. Now, obviously, we end up giving a penalty. Jimenez, again, I thought maybe just a little too reckless there. You're in the box. You're diving for it. You need to be.
But then
my uncle is writing crazy stuff here. VAR was invented for Juventus only. Unfortunately, you guys are not in there. You don't get the benefit of the doubt. Thank you, Twins. All right, so I just want to say now, we're going to get to the report card very quickly. It's not going to be a drawn out one like me and Gio when we usually start railing out everybody. But I just thought it was reckless to even dive in at that point. We give up the penalty. I mean, Cup Minders fucked our whole team up. That's what gets me mad. These teams will identify that Leao is the only one doing anything. So put 2-3 guys on him. Milan let one player destroy the entire game on them. And that's what happened today. Cup Minders was easily their best player. He played great. You know what? And again, I'm sorry to tell you guys this, but Pioli being on the bench was worse than Gasparini, who left somewhere in the middle of the 30th minute, because maybe if he wasn't there, we'd have an idea of how to come out in the second half, what to do when opponents punch us in the mouth. We have no idea. And again, I always look back, it's the same shit. And people in our Patreon
can I throw a question towards you guys?
Of course.
So second half, if you were in Pioli's shoes, you were the manager, right? Who are you putting off to get us a goal? Who are you putting on?
It's not about who you're putting on, Tim. But it's about the tactics going in. It's about the style of attacking we keep doing. When we struggle, there's 2 options. Are you ready? Because I guarantee it's only these 2. One, give Leao the ball and pray to God he does something. Or 2, you're crossing into the box where there's one guy with 4 guys around him and pray to God that we can actually make a cross.
So give me another idea, Fabio. What other idea do you have?
Try to work. Again, I'm not a professional coach. This guy gets paid millions of dollars, and yet every time when he plays a coach who seems to be tactically way ahead of him, he looks like a fraud. I'm sorry. We played 3-4-3 at one point today. We don't know what the hell we're doing out there.
Okay. So we played 3-4-3. Did he fuck up? Yeah, it's easy to say that he fucked up after the game. But what if he was trying to get back into the game and score and go more of an attacking side? If we would have scored and somehow won the game, nobody would be talking about this 3-4-3, guys. And everybody, that's what I'm trying to say. It's easy to talk about Pioli. It's Pioli's fault. It's the ref's fault.
Don't
Guys,
give
we
me
just
the
weren't good enough.
all right?
Guys, lay out.
If my aunt had testicles, she'd be my uncle. All right, that's not what happened.
That you stole that from me, okay?
Leao didn't just slip there when he was all alone in the box.
He did, and that was sad. That was very sad. But let's not act like Leao doesn't have to do everything for us to do anything.
But if he's
Even
our star
Pulisic
player,
didn't do nothing today.
if he's our star player,
did nothing today. Loftus-Cheek, useless. Musa, who are you today? That's not the Musa that's been on the team the whole year. Trash. You know what? We don't have to do the report card. Here's the report card. I'll give you all the grades. Musa, F. You failed, you fuck. Go to summer school. Loftus-Cheek, you put another performance like this, I think about benching your ass. F. Let's go to Reindeers. You are only good defensively lately. You're not moving the ball. You, God forbid, have a shoot on target. Today, I won't give you an F, Reindeers, because you only want to look half competent. You get a D for a dickhead, all right? Let's go to the front. Here we go, Leao. The only one with half a brain, I'll give you a C. For I'll see you on fucking Sunday. You better do something good. Pulisic, not enough. You get a C because you're Captain America. I need more, motherfucker. And let's get to Jovic. Jovic, I was crying for you all fucking weekend. Today, you did un cazzo di niente.
But
Nothing.
why are you putting Giroud? Why isn't Jovic coming
You
on?
know what? All I'm
words
saying
were
is
not.
that where
got
are
no
you
words.
when we
Words were
need
not.
you?
Listen very carefully. Listen very carefully.
Jovic, you got a D because you're a
Derek,
dickhead.
Let's go with what you're talking about, the report card. Derek on Patreon was saying, like, I don't believe that RLC is a number 10. Thoughts on this? Let's start. You want to talk about Pioli putting Loftus-Cheeks in the middle of that midfield more as an attacking. To me, this for me is a head scratching thing, because has he ever put him in that position? And okay, so he's not
I'm
a number
confused
10
about that one.
And by the way,
I still
Vinny
think-
Mancini, Winnipeg Zone, Vinny Mancini, happy birthday, buddy. He's in the comments.
Hey,
Auguri,
Big James,
Auguri.
happy birthday.
I see you on Sunday, buddy.
Yes, he's going to be in Toronto, so happy birthday, Vinny. But so say as a number 10, was it him like gambling on this one? I know I always love me some Loftus-Cheeks, but I don't think this was his position. I think he likes to play, that more of a defensive role than he does attack. But I don't know. What do you think about this one, according to his question?
So look, Reinders is great. I think he's better in that number 10 role than Loftus-Cheek because of his vision and his passing. But don't ask the guy to take a shot on goal, because A, he either hits it with his purse, or B, he doesn't even go near the goal, right? He has no power in the shot. Now Loftus-Cheek, he's more of a hustler where he can track back. He has a better shot. Yes, he hasn't scored many, but he does have a better shot, in my opinion, the Rangers. So it's kind of a toss-up. Obviously, if you saw, they were switching it up a little bit. So Reindeer was a little bit more forward while Loftus-Cheek was coming back, and vice versa. Kind of like similar to like Theo and Jimenez kind of switching it so Theo can go on a run. What do you do? At the end of the day, my goal for this team is, when we're healthy and we have fuller players, is to see Pulisic at the number 10, Leao on the left, Chukwueze on the right. That's my goal. But the problem is that we don't have a Chukwueze because he's an Afghan. We don't have a Ben Nasser to push for Rangers to go forward because he's at Afghan. Half of our players are injured, like Okafor. Guys, so when I look at this formation, I want to blame Pioli because I think his time is up. Okay? But you never can discredit him for the problem of him never having a full squad. He always is lacking players due to injury or due to Afghan players getting sent. He never actually has had a chance with this team to be like, I have my best 11. I'm going to start them. And this is how it's going to play out, because there's always an injury. There's always a player missing. Now, do I think his time's up at Milan? Yes. Do I think we need someone that can bring in different tactics? Yes. But let's say we go with Conte. Guys, what do you think? What formation do you think you're seeing? You think you're seeing a 4 in the back?
No,
you're seeing a 3-4-3. That's what you're seeing with Conte. Okay, so
No, that's true.
It's and if Conte doesn't have the players that he wants or is missing the players we have because of injury in AFCON, what is Conte doing too with this team? He's doing the exact same thing, the exact same formation. Maybe his tactics are better, but you can only play chess with the pieces you have. Right? If you're missing pieces, you're going to most likely lose.
Yeah, you know what? I like this comment here from Jamie. Every team has
Jamie,
100%.
a long time listener, but Jamie, not to the amount that we have. I know Real Madrid,
and we're not Real Madrid that has backups that are just as good as our starters.
They were missing a starting lineup at one point, and it just to me, I think it was 30 stops within 15 games. It doesn't make any sense. And
we're averaging an injury a game, guys. We have the highest record.
And we got one. Good segue there, because we did get one. And you know what, guys? Here's a question I'm going to ask you. Right now, in the pecking order of players, do you think a guy who is struggling in La Liga to get starting time, right? That when you play a team and it's basically his second game back, do you think that warrants him to get a start over other players? Let me ask you, because the mind is baffled when I see these things.
Musa?
I'm talking about Gabbia, all right? Gabbia comes in, could not sniff the starting rotation over there in Villarreal.
No, he was starting. He was starting.
Whatever.
Get your fucking back straight.
Listen, but you think he comes in and he deserves to play over Simic? I mean, again, Pioli does not give his youth a chance. Like, are you guys kidding me? Gabbia was our 6th, 7th option at center back. He comes back and immediately gets a starting spot. Now, this kid Simic, who, mind you, has been here the entire fucking year, sitting on the bench. Pioli doesn't want to give him no chance. He only gets a chance because somebody gets hurt, and he comes on, he scores a goal, and he looks good defensively. What does he get for that? Back on the fucking bench.
So Jimenez making a mistake, a rookie mistake, the way he made. I don't care what anybody says. It was a rookie mistake. So you want more rookie mistakes? You want to have a rookie mistake of what? You wanted to have Kier and Simic in the defense? Is that what you wanted?
I mean, again, why couldn't Simic get to start? Why? Who's
got more experience?
Gabbia has taken more hits to the face like he's playing fucking UFC. All right? How many times this guy's going to get hit in the fucking face? And just in the last 2 months. Come on, man. Give me a fucking break.
Krunic wasn't bad, though. The team broke down. They got caught slipping on the goal.
All I'm saying is that, again, the Krunic, the fucking Gabbia now, some of these guys just immediately get the segue right in. It just clearly Pioli has his favorites. He thinks, yes, he might have more playing time and experience, right? That's what Frank is saying. But you know what?
It makes sense.
You know what he's got? Sense. He's got more experience now on the injury table than Simic does. All right? Give me a fucking break. Let's move on to the other.
He did have a favorite, King Krunic, and look where that happened. So let's talk about favorites.
All right.
We have the best player in the world, Adley, to replace him.
Yes, this is.
Listen.
He's 20 times better.
Yeah, 20.
Theo Hernandez needs to play in his favored role. All right? Please, for the love of God, get him on the left back. Enough of this center back shit. All right?
I agree.
He needs to play left back. All right? Jimenez, we need a young guy backing him up. And yes, he made a rookie mistake, terrible moment. But you know what? You know what I love? The fact that he substituted like 2 minutes later. Again, there's Pioli late to the fucking party. You could have substituted him at halftime. He didn't look good. Musa looked terrible, and Musa played the whole fucking game.
Tomori, when is he coming back? Please like recuperate faster.
March 7th.
March? Jesus Christ.
My birthday.
Right on time.
Right on time. All right, so
but here, just to give you a little bit of my connections to South America, you know, I know some people, aka my father. So Milan are looking at a young left back, Vanderland from Palmeiras, who just won the title in Brazil. Here's the problem. So Milan are looking at him, but we're going after some guy named Popovic. The only Popovic I know is Greg Popovic, okay? But this Popovic
best
kid,
coach of all time.
we're wasting a non-EU spot for a Primavera player. Now, I don't know if you guys think that's a good idea or not. Do you want to see the focus on the young kids? You let me know. But
there's people out there smarter than me and you, Timmy and Fabio. And
true.
if they saw something in this player now, supposedly his entourage wants to make more money. The only thing I want to see as a consistent thing would it be pre-Maldini, post-Maldini. During Maldini, you're asking for more money a la Teremi. No, go back. You're fucking 18. We're not giving your entourage more money. We're sustainable. We don't have that much cash. It doesn't mean like I don't like that.
We need that.
Well,
we need it now. We don't need
the
to work
story.
on our
I'll
kids
tell
right
you
now.
guys a little thing about the Pavic story. So supposedly, Milan thought the deal was done.
Yeah.
Guess what they did? They flew him out here. They paid for his hotel. Supposedly, did all this shit. And you know what seems to be happening now? He's already going to go talk to Juventus. So we flit the bill for getting him here, doing all this stuff, and we're going to end up not getting him. Before you go pay for anybody to come, why don't you solidify the fucking deal? This is a whole nother thing that, honestly, we got to talk about. Because when you got rookies like Furlani and Moncada up there, who, I'm sorry to tell you guys this, Moncada is just a fucking scout. He is a glorified head scout who thinks he can do the roles. But Furlani, Mr. Banker, I'm in banking too. You need a banker, call me. I'll go over there. I bet you I'll close the fucking deal more than Furlani
I have some money
does.
to collect if I can send you to them.
Listen, I'm just telling you. I mean, Furlani is a rookie. These guys are all rookies, and we're looking like rookies when we go out there and we can't close the deal. So I just hope that if we're going to stick with these fucking guys, otherwise I just hope Jerry fires everybody. I honestly, I hope everybody goes. I don't care. Let's fire everybody.
Timmy, who was that Fiorentina Facebook? Frank is going to tell us if we forgot who got that the deal fucked up while he was mid-flight. He was going from Fiorentina to
Frank.
Fiorentina to, was he going to I think he was going to Hotspurs, and they told the fucking flight to come back to Fiorentina because they ain't gonna happen.
That was recent too, I think.
No, that was like what the fuck was his name? You know
ago,
what? Frank is gonna come on. Give him like 37 seconds. He's gonna let us know. But only in Italy these things happen. And again, only in Italy that you have, before VAR, the most controversial league in refereeing decisions. First ever league to introduce the video assistant referee. And still the most controversial league with the most refereeing decisions. Anyways, it is what it is.
And it's because nothing ever runs right in Italy, unfortunately.
Sure,
all right?
we have the FIGC
stadium. We have constant issues. But you know where I want to go with an issue here? All right,
yes,
let me put
please,
this graphic up, because this graphic.
Look at that face.
And this graphic comes from our friend Martino. All right, and I told him I was going to use it, so I'm going to give him credit here because he posted it. But I'm sure it's from somewhere. There's a saying in football I like a lot. The fact that this fucking guy uttered these words is just even better. The winner celebrates and the loser explains. Well, that's perfect because you've been doing a lot of explaining, buddy. And I think there's more to come. And I'm sorry.
Berbatov, thank you. It was Berbatov. Thank you very much.
All right. So how many times?
Kim.
How many times, guys, are we going to get to the same fucking scenario with Pioli? Now, I'm not of the belief that they're ever going to fire him before January 1st or whatever fucking day it is. It's not going to happen. But I've been uttering these words all fucking year. Since the moment I heard this guy was working for T-Mobile and Verizon over the summer, calling everybody collect, all right? I knew this was the fall guy for this year. Not because he really deserved to keep the job or they were kiboshing him somehow. It's because Pioli only gets you so far. And this is, again, the fucking proof that's in that godforsaken pudding.
Well, we could have had him gone, but somebody vetoed it. So I don't want to mention, but somebody vetoed him not getting fired. Okay. or
Are
else
you
you would have
referring
been.
You don't want to
Maldini?
mention. What do you mean you don't want to mention?
I don't want to
What do you
mention
have?
it because it might stir up controversy, like people
Listen,
saying that it's going to
Pioli-
bring back
Well,
Maldini.
first of all, you don't
Pioli-
start a conversation like that. Well, I don't want to mention, but Timmy.
Yeah.
First of all, don't tell me
He
that
would
you
have been
preferred
gone.
Maldini
He would have
bringing
been
in
gone.
Pirlo.
But according
Who would have been gone?
to
Who would have been
Pirlo,
gone?
according to Pirlo, according
So,
to Maldini,
everybody-
he wanted to possibly look at Pirlo as a replacement. I don't know if
Which
that
would have been a big
terrible.
fucking mistake.
terrible.
I
But
don't
if
know
you
if
guys
that would've
wanted-
been a good
if
idea.
everybody was calling for Pioli out, and at that time, let's look back last year. At that time, there was nobody that wanted to come to Milan as a coach, and the only
Dude,
thing was
Steve is calling you out right
vetoed.
now.
Yeah, it was
Who?
vetoed by Maldini.
It was
Yeah,
so
Pioli
Maldini
not to be fired.
See,
So
the thing
you
is
got
that
inside scoop.
he
Maldini-
should have been fired. He should have been fired, right? Because Jerry is an Americano, and Americans over here, we do not leave the coach when we fire the GM. We fire everybody. It should have been reset, start over from the get-go. You want to fuck up the entire momentum we got? You might as well just done it from the get-go, but we didn't. Instead, lame duck over here is going to quack his way all the way to the final game, and then he's going to get fired, and we're going to start all over again. Whether I have faith that Furlani, Moncada, and whatever fucking puppet they have up their ass is going to know what coach you're going to go get, because if you're going to be stingy, don't go calling Conte. He's going to want players. He's going
Fabio.
to want shit. I'm sorry
Fabio.
to tell you
That's
this.
maybe who we
Fabio.
need. Maybe if they do
Fabio
call
and
Conte and
Timmy.
they bring in players,
Mark my words.
it won't be Conte.
We're finishing the year with Pioli, and we're starting next year with Pioli. Put that through your heads.
No,
gonna happen.
no.
Yes, because we're gonna somehow make it far in the
Vinny,
Europa
that's a
League.
nightmare.
We're gonna battle. Yes,
Frank,
yes,
look,
it's gonna
Facebook
happen.
Frank brought it up right here. He said
Yeah.
somebody vetoed Pioli firings multiple times. Summer 2020, Elliott wanted to bring back Ragnick. Now, is that a good thing? At the time, who knows?
Yes.
Right.
That was definitely a good thing that did not happen.
Right. Well, we don't know, right? And then as a consultant to bring in a coach, though, he in a sporting director role or like a consultant role. And then 22, they wanted De Zerbi or whatever, and then it got vetoed. So
What do we know, guys? What do we
Who
know?
knows?
about
But
De
listen, all
Zerbi
I'm
and
saying is that the idea would have been, and I just tell you honestly, if you were going to go with a rookie sporting director, or this mishmash of people who was a scout, a banker, and maybe he was painting on the side of the road over there, doing the caricatures. Who knows who else they have up there? But if you were going to do that, and you were going to put faith that your coach was going to establish what players he needed, what system he wanted to play, how he needed to go forward to maximize success, this bald fraud was not it. He's going only as far as he can go. I'm sorry to tell everybody this. The miracle Scudetto was a miracle.
Yeah.
We do not win if that goalkeeper does not fuck Inter over, and we'd be looking at back-to-back Scudettos for them, and they would already had the 20.
This is an
Instead,
inclusive
the
podcast.
stars.
We know not to make fun of people that are bald. We are sorry here at the Milan Weekly
No, I don't
Podcast
care.
Network.
I'm not God.
I'm
It's
bald
not
too,
my
don't worry,
fault
we're
you
good.
lost
We're
your
good.
hair. All right, Pioli, I'm sorry. You know what? Conte went bald. That didn't stop him. He got himself
He's
a
got
whole
a
new
cat.
do. That's
got a-
not my problem.
you wear a hat, that's all, and you grow a beard to make up
No,
for it,
no.
okay?
Conte's defying gravity up there. I don't know what he's doing, but he's got a whole new flock of hair. Pioli, that's what you need to do. You need to come up. Listen,
Turkey.
the point of why I say this, guys, all right, is that every goddamn time we
Fraudulent.
face a coach, all right, let me ask you guys a question. Are we a worse team than Atalanta? Are we?
No. Oh, we're better than Atalanta.
Okay, so explain to me why back-to-back games, it looks like we cannot hang. The first game, we had to fight tooth and nail, and then we shit the bed again, right? Today, oh my God, I mean, we used to give up the goal and fight back. Now we give up the goal, turn the game off. This is remarkable. It's like FIFA. You score a goal, you shut it off, you just walk away. That's what this team does. Pioli has no idea what to do in second halves. How many second half goals have we given up this year? It's in a crazy amount. Look it up, somebody, please, in the chat.
Yeah, it's Pioli's fault we give up goals in the
It is.
second half.
Who's
Not the
I'm
defense, it's
sorry.
not the injuries, it's not the
Does the
anything.
coach
Pioli.
do nothing? You know what? I know what it is. Because when Ibrahimovic was in the fucking dressing room Pioli wouldn't even say anything at halftime. He let Ibra do all the talking because Ibra was basically the player coach
all
for him.
12 games that he played last season. Yeah, that's
no,
what
but
he
the
did.
year that they won the Scudetto, wasn't it not said that it came out that sometimes he wouldn't even say anything at halftime. He would just let Ibrahimovic do it.
Well, I'm not taking anything away, but let's be honest. Inter lost the Scudetto 2 years ago.
Yes, I said that. I said that 100%.
So
100%.
we just like Italy, whether it be in several fucking tournaments, we overachieved, right? I'm very happy for the Scudetto win, but right now, putting all of this on Pioli, does he have faults? 150%. Does he have stuff to be blamed for? 175%. But to keep on going back to Pioli and it's Pioli's fault and
Vinny.
it's Pioli's fault. Guys, I can't take this anymore.
You know what? I would rather Pioli get kicked out and have no coach on the bench. Like that's what he did.
You know what? You know what?
He does nothing.
Look at me in my face. Look at me in my face and my eyes. Tell me right now, I would take Ignazio Abate and Milan because Pioli's not as good.
No, I mean,
watch your fucking mouth, dude. So don't say this kind of shit. Don't say this kind of shit.
I can say it. Because I sit down and I watch all 90 minutes.
Channel. You watch yourself, big old boy.
You relax. It's my show, motherfucker. All right, listen. 90 minutes, I sit down and I watch, and my entire day is based on this bastard and what the teams do on the field, all right? Then I watch everything he says after, and I dissect. I try to find what the fuck is this guy telling these guys back there, because I'm at a loss, all right? Timmy, go ahead. What were you wanted to say?
There's a saying. When a team wins, it's the players. When a team loses, it's the coach's fault. Okay? It will always be like that. It will always be like that because it's very rarely that a team will fire a coach when a team is winning, even though he's not the greatest coach.
Maybe Chelsea after they win a
I know, a Champions League. But it's
no,
just,
you know what, guys? It's okay. We could have had Walter Mazzarri as our coach because he was available on cheap. Stevie P's favorite coach, right, guys? Stop with this Pioli out. You can have your reasons. He's made a lot of questionable calls. You know, using the tools he has available. Stop pulling the skateboard and just, guys, Pioli has some stuff to be blamed 150%.
Is his time up in Milan? I agree.
100, but players have to be accountable. Look at Nico saying
him the whole time.
No, we can't. He's got some stuff to be blamed. There's some comments that he made post games that I didn't agree with. Look at Nico saying some players have to be accountable for as well. I felt even at the end of the game today that Leao was trying a little too hard. And guys, let's remember the last.
Not enough.
No, I think he was just trying a little. He was just trying to put the whole weight of the team on the. And look at him tweeting out today about refereeing. And you know what? I enjoyed what Kim said on our Patreon chat. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Don't talk. Just shut your mouth. Timmy, you're going to relate to this, right? We're wrestling fans. WWE kind of like trolled AEW, USA Network. And the president of AEW, Tony Khan, just came on and started tweeting back. Who's looking like the idiot right now? Even though so the things of, the referees and look, this is a handball. Guys, shut your mouths. We didn't do enough. Maybe the teams were balanced today. We want to call about refereeing. We'll call about formation. We just weren't good enough. It's Coppa Italia. I'm not going to say who cares about Coppa Italia. Coppa Italia could have been a very attainable trophy this year, and it's been years we haven't won. So right now,
sorry.
Yeah, no,
go ahead.
We're talking about that, and I'm gonna segue into the
that comment by Suhail. I just wanted to comment on it, if that's okay.
Yes, which one?
So he say we set ourselves up to fail by not signing Marcus Thuram and Mehdi Taremi. Okay, so Marcus Thuram snubbed us for for Inter. Okay, it was all set in stone, and he left. Mehdi Taremi last minute decided he wanted like double the money. Okay, so it wasn't our call. We didn't set us up, right? And Jovic and Giroud are enough for Europa League, but UCL and Scudetto. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you foresee Milan being a UCL contender the way the league, the way the money situation works, and the new thing about these kids and these academies? Because I don't think we're even close to having the same amount of sponsorship money that teams like Man City, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona bring in. Okay, do you realistically see in this day and age an Italian team, okay, or Milan? Fuck all the other Italian teams. Do you see Milan?
There is another Italian team.
Yeah,
that doesn't give a fuck
but do you
about
see
how
us
much they're
competing
spending,
with
what
how
their
much we
debts
spend?
are. They're
Do
the
you
ones
see
that are going
Milan?
to do it.
Guys,
Yeah,
you know what?
because why? Milan can't spend money.
Cassano
if
had
you
said
don't
this
make money.
months ago, and you know what? He's controversial, and Steve, I think he's mentioned it a couple of times. The Europa League is the cup for Serie A. It hurts to fucking say, guys. It
100%.
fucking hurts to say
He's
this.
right.
He's
right.
right.
Yeah.
So, you know, yes,
dreams.
the
He
way
dreams.
Champions
Stop
League
dreaming.
formed last year, you know, the way the stars aligned and Inter and Milan were in the semifinals. It's the luck of the draw, the stars line. I get that. But guys, let's not kid ourselves. If Milan was going to face Bayern Munich, if Inter was going to face Real Madrid, I don't care what Inter. Yes, Inter is the best team in Serie A. Inter is going to have a hard time for me against Atletico Madrid, right? Yep. And if Inter could not beat a Manchester City at the fucking worst. I've ever seen them, that shows you the quality of Serie A. So the problem relies back, you know, to Milan's doing a good thing, trying to get back, you know, to the marketing ways and trying to make the brand
to bring in money
again.
The brand, you have to build the brand to bring money,
sustainable, and everything. So that's why, you know, we need to keep our foot on the ground. That's the way I see it. And again, going back to blaming XYZ, guys, maybe today we just weren't good enough. And Roma, we want to laugh about Roma. Guys, Sunday ain't going to be an easy game. It ain't going to be a walk in the fucking park.
And this is harsh reality. If you want to see a competitive team to make it to the finals year after year, sorry to say, but the bandwagon to Real Madrid and the bandwagon to Man City and the bandwagon to whatever team has all the most money, Bayern Munich, the bandwagon's open there. If you are expecting greatness from nothing, unfortunately, this is the reality. We're in a shit league. Our team is from a shit country in terms of the FIGC. I'm not saying Italy's a shit country. I'm saying the FIGC, the
FIGC is a shit organization, and it's going to stay like this. And guys, let's be honest. You want to talk about, you want to run the money?
Nothing we can do
PSG
about it.
spent what? Over $1 billion. What the fuck did they achieve? A couple of Ligue 1, no Champions League. Manchester City, they spent what? $1 billion?
Again, guys,
what did they
let's
get?
not
treble and 4 trophies for Premier League.
At winning league title after league title.
But they had a good coach.
The best league in the world. Sorry, guys, it's the best league in the world.
It's not the best. I always said this, and Fabio knows I said this. It's not the best league in the world.
It's the best.
It's the most popular league in the world.
It's the best marketed league in the world.
When the Scudetto winner makes the same amount as the 16th place Premier League team, there's a problem. Look, mark my words. I'd rather us go to Europa League finals every fucking year than us win a Scudetto. Why? Because that's going to bring us the income. That's going to make us better when we get the money.
And it's going to take time.
And also because that that other league is in English, so it has the benefit of crossing over into every other English-speaking country. So, but anyway, the point is, guys, we're not talking about Champions League here, all right? Because that's been decided already from weeks. All right, we're talking Coppa Italia. The tournament that had no Napoli and their margarita pizza. All right, there was no Inter anymore. Even Bologna got bounced. Right, the hot team of this year. So now we have to watch again either Juve or Lazio take on Fiorentina or this fucking team, and one of them is going to end up winning. Most likely, it's going to be Juve because that's how it is. And we don't get nothing. All right. This guy had the delusion to say he's focused on the Scudetto. In what fucking realm? Maybe this guy's in the Mortal Kombat realm. He's in the tournament. I don't know what he's doing, but he's not in this fucking realm. All right. We are not doing anything anywhere. I'm sorry to bring the bearer of bad news here. All right. We're not going far in the Europa League.
No,
We're
we have a
not
good chance.
going to
We have
the
a good chance.
Scudetto.
Here
These
he is,
fucking
Mr. Positivity
dreams.
himself.
No, I'm sorry to tell you.
We get
no, you know
Rennes.
what?
You
Get
should
ready.
be able to be Rennes. Okay, next
I
then
don't
after
know
that,
we
how
don't
you can
pass-
say that. Rennes is in the bottom of their division, and who do we just constantly cannot play? Teams in the bottom of the division.
Yeah.
We gave Salernitana their point.
this year
Gave
should be
Udinese
okay.
their first win.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean,
First of all,
let's hope and pray to God.
a bit of respect. Udinese, Frosinone, Salernitana is better than fucking Reims. And if Milan cannot pass fucking Stade Rennais, you know what? I'm just gonna.
I
close
just
the book
say,
on this.
let's not think
Let's have a bit of
that it's
fucking
a walk in
positivity
the
and believe
park.
in our team. Believe in our team.
No, again,
Some players are gonna
this
come back.
fucking team needs to earn the belief right now. Because you know what I believe when I see them? You know, at least when you guys get a little bit of form, you immediately fuck it up. You immediately fuck it up. And you know what? It's our fault because we see games against Cagliari and these other fucking low teams. And we think, oh, look, they're getting on path. They're doing well. As soon as we play a team that has a competent coach and a team that knows how to play well,
Perfect.
we
this.
fumble the bag.
Let me ask you this. Fabio, let's say I could see in the future and I would ask you, Fabio, you know what? The cost of Inter this weekend losing, you guys winning to Roma, is losing disgustingly to Atalanta in Coppa Italia. Would you have the same? Would you take that fucking bet?
But this was not disgustingly.
Answer my question. You're trashing on Atalanta's Milan's performance against Atalanta today, right? And I'm not taking anything away from Coppa Italia because I would have liked to have a trophy, but we had good performances in Serie A, right? So for me, right?
I wish I had the last couple of games.
Let Atalanta.
There needs to be context. There needs to be context to the fucking teams that you beat. And I'm sorry, the only team that we beat recently that was of any value was a month ago when we beat Newcastle. Everybody else have been low clubs. They have.
And if we beat,
and the last time
Roma,
we lost
this weekend
right,
4-0
was to Atalanta again.
Everybody's
Which the whole game we were chasing them. In the end, they had to backheel us in the mouth to get their 3 points. All right? I was there. I was at the club, and I had to watch us all go up and down. Why? Because that's this whole fucking season. Not this season. It's all last year. It's just basically life with Milan. You better get used to it because your blood pressure is going up and fucking down like a tidal wave over here. I just can't take this shit anymore. I'm just sick and tired of this bipolar nature. Listen,
Terry, send him his meds.
There's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This is Dr. Jekyll, and who the fuck is this guy every time they show up? Because I don't even know this Milan sometimes. They have one good moment, and then they shut off. Whose fault is it if it's not Pioli?
I prefer shutting off in the Coppa Italia than fucking
get
Serie
paid
A.
to do?
I wouldn't mind a
beat
Coppa
Roma
Italia
4-0 and 3-0 on Sunday. Manaya tutti santa, I'm gonna ruin you because you're gonna be like, yay, Milan, yay.
First of all, getting excited. Getting excited over beating Roma right now is not anything to really get excited about. All right,
excited.
I'm sorry.
I'm getting excited.
If Roma's a big piece of shit right now. Don't get me started.
I'm excited.
On that.
They are.
Right?
They suck.
And again, Mourinho won't be on the bench. You know, why didn't Pioli get a red card last game? Could have put him over there. Listen, this is my show. Why am I getting thrown off track here?
Your coast-to-coast format is out the window today.
You know what? Because I don't have the other coast. This is what happened when everybody was in the same shitty time zone over here. We're all cold and getting rained on every godforsaken week over here in the northeast. This is what we get. All right. Vinny's talking French. This guy's over here in Toronto watching the Raptors, and I'm down here miserable because Milan doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
Get fucked by the refs too. Don't worry.
Fabio's sending messages to Gio. I need you, buddy. I miss you. Can I see
I
you
miss
next
you, buddy. Send me some of that good weather.
SOS.
Listen, Vincenz, do me a favor, please. Pull up that Patreon and let's see if we got any questions from our people.
We did do Derek. Derek said, "What is our immediate needs for January besides the center back?"
A new coach.
I knew that was coming.
A new coach and a new fucking
guys.
team.
Let me ask you. No. You know what? Let me add to his question. Who do we need taking in consideration the people that will come back from injury. So do you want to
We're still with this. We're gonna get signings to just be our people back off the injured list. God damn it! I thought we moved away from this.
Honestly, I don't think we're signing anybody.
I don't think so either. I think we got our quota.
Explosive striker. We
Vinny,
have to target. We have
Timmy, we have a better chance of me having explosive diarrhea before we get us getting all right.
That will happen tomorrow, depending on what you eat. But I mean, honestly, if you had to ask me, that's what I think.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I like that.
If you look at our team as a whole without injuries, okay, we need an explosive number 9. We have 2 target men, which do what? They lay out 2 chances, either cut into the box and score or cross it, right? When you have another explosive striker that can run with the ball and not jog, okay, that's, I think, something we need. Now, I'm not saying Mbappe, but that type of player. Yeah.
Unload!
But that type of player is exactly somebody, like, not of his caliber, but I'm saying somebody of his style. Somebody that can dribble, that can go up against the defender one-on-one. That's what it is.
Vinny, I'm sorry. Vince is 100%. We're going to continue with bargain bin strikers until
we're going to get guys like Jonathan David. That's what I think we're gonna get guys that are.
Okafor came in as a left wing though. He was supposed to be Leao's sub replacement. He didn't come in as a striker. We've tried using him in that position. And is he okay? Yeah, he's pretty good. I like him. I think Okafor healthy is good.
He just needs to learn how to celebrate properly. You know, he's got to stop acting like he's working in Amsterdam and dropping to his knees. You know, stand up. All right.
Or you can go the route of my father who decides to troll me as soon as I get home from work with this face.
What happened to this pose? This one's not good for him anymore? He couldn't just stand there? Everybody's got to dive, break their kneecaps? I mean, come on, people. We shouldn't be celebrating shit. It should be banned for the rest of the season. Everybody needs to be in bubble wrap.
My father trolls me as I walk home pissed off from work because I was watching the Atalanta Milan game. My dad looks at me and goes, "Your team stinks." And I go, "Oh, that's great." I go, "How would you help us improve?" He goes, "You need a Brazilian." I said, "We didn't have a Brazilian when we won the Scudetto." He goes, "We didn't have a Brazilian when we won the Scudetto." He goes, "Oh, what? Junior Messias is all of a sudden not Brazilian?" I go, "This motherfucker, he got me." He got me. He goes, "Even with a piece of shit Brazilian, Brazilian, we still won something."
There we go. Lab Gorilla guys saying top 4 it is then. You guys happy with that as a season objective? Do you guys think that Pioli is in the reincarnation of Moses? Every time an opponent attacks us, our defense parts like the Red Sea.
We're not allowed to talk about that subject right now.
Oh my God.
Do you think top 4 Champions League next year is a reasonable objective?
I think with the way our team is right now, top 4 is probably the most correct objective.
I would just add far into the Europa League because I strongly believe, and I said this with Steve on Milan Weekly podcast, that if we do not make it far and money that we thought we were going to make with the Champions League, somebody's going to get sacrificed. So I just want to get as far as possible in the Europa League, try to get as much money as possible. That's the way. That's the way I see it from there.
I 100% would agree with you.
I would just 100%. Say, if Pioli doesn't somehow will this team and find a way to a final of the Europa League, I don't think he should stay. Top 4 is not enough. How many fucking times do I have to say this? I'm going to say it until I'm blue in the fucking face. And even then, I'm going to come back from the dead and make sure everybody remembers. Milan does not play to be in the top 4. Milan fights for Scudettos. If you're not fighting for the Scudetto, then you have this bullshit of, am I third? Am I fourth? Am I fifth? What? Where am I? Oh, fifth? Now I get another spot. No, motherfucker. You fight for first, and you don't have to worry where you finish. That's how this fucking Milan should always be.
The goal is to fight for first. 100%. I agree with you.
Fight for first. So top 4. Top 4.
No, top 4. Let me tell you something, all right? Top 4 is not fucking getting fighting for the Scudetto. And what fucking nerve do you think last year we trying to finish in 4th place, we were fighting for the Scudetto? We weren't. We weren't even close. I mean, despite the fact that Napoli was running away with it,
We're
it
talking
looks
about
like Inter might
objectives,
do
not
it.
result. We're talking about
The
objectives.
objective should be we are Scudetto contenders. Top 4 is a participation trophy. You've turned us into Tottenham and Arsenal. All right? This is not how we fucking do it.
I remember with the banter era, we were fighting for top 10.
Fuck it. But at least you
But I guess
fight
everybody
for
forgets about that after we win one Scudetto.
One
and have
Scudetto,
miracle
everybody
year.
forgets about
That's
the bad
it.
years.
Everybody
Thank
forgets
you.
about the worst years. It says, oh, our goal back then was our goal is to be top 10. Our goal is to be top 5. All of a sudden, we got to win a fucking
We won a Scudetto, guys. We're
It's
winning
gonna
the
happen.
Champions League
We're
next
the
year.
best
Like,
team in the world.
just to finish. Maybe I can finish second in my division.
I got to remind people. People forget dementia or something.
No, I have this team is giving me dementia, fucking heartburn, and upset stomach, and fucking diarrhea. All right, I just can't take it anymore.
Here's a good question. Again from Derek. What does Pioli have to do for his job to be over? Does he literally have to take a shit at midfield? In all seriousness, does he have nudes on Scaroni? Guys, a serious question. The way the season is going right now, the only way I think Pioli would get sacked without having an immediate replacement, I think losing to Stade Rennais and going through a losing skid that gets you out of top 4 position. I think that's the only way that he would get fired. Timmy, what do you say, man?
If we lose next round or we lose the round after, depending on who we get. If we get Liverpool next round or after Rennes, that's a different story. But if we lose against Rennes and if we lose the quarterfinal against a pretty mediocre team, he will be fired. Abate will come in his place as an interim coach until something is found, until the end of the season, 100%. And we better fucking pray that we make it to top 4 at that point. Okay?
Yeah, I would agree. I think
Fabio,
would you prove himself if that happens? If
it would have to be first of all, as much as I sit here and I'm saying he's a bold fraud, you know what this guy is? All right, here's a little wrestling reference. He's the Undertaker, not the American badass coming out with this fucking motorcycle shit. He's the one in the casket with Paul Bearer. Ooh, you know that's what he is. Because every time we put this bastard down,
what did Paul Bearer say?
Paul Bearer,
you know,
yes, my Undertaker.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Every time we put this fucking guy down, we say how many fucking losses and this bullshit. We played good for 15 minutes and the game went off the rails. And I mean, like, how many times can you hear that? But every time we think Pioli's down, this motherfucker kicks up, sits up, does he does, you know, like the Rock does. He comes right back up. That's what he is. This guy's gonna roll until the end of the season. The only fucking goal we have, or only chance we have of getting him gone will be that they just, you know what, it's not good enough. You didn't go far enough in Europe, and that's all we're going to get. If he gets a final in the Europa League, if we finish 2 or 3 in the standings, there's going to be a strong push to possibly keep him. Unless some other coach shows extreme interest in taking our job, there's going to be no reason to get rid of him, which makes me very scared. I don't know his contract situation if it's 100% up by the end of the year. So then we're going to have to talk about renewing him and doing all this shit. To me, the ride is over. All right? We've come to the end of the line, and it's over. We need to part ways, which is what we should have done from the beginning, and get a coach who, if you're going to give him the power to pick players and really have so much like insight and discussion into everything, he needs to be a coach that has fucking ideas, who's a modern coach, who's done something, which I don't know. Again, if you ask me to start naming fucking names, I don't know, honestly, because the names are either going to be too expensive.
We're getting a coach. We're getting,
you know,
a
the
coach
Zerbi, you know, Thiago Malta, you know, maybe what happened to Zidane? He's disappeared. He's not, I don't know, is he alive still?
Our great Ibrahimovic can convince them, because apparently him and Moncada are pushing for Conte, and Ferlani saying no. I don't know.
And you think Conte, a guy that said they send me to $100 restaurant with a $10 bill, you think he's going to come to Milan and demand players? And you think that Jerry, that fired Maldini because he told him, "No, I'm the fucking boss here. My dick is bigger than yours. You think he's gonna take Conte's bullshit? I don't think so.
I
So
don't think
Conte
so
comes.
either.
If Conte comes, he's gonna understand that he's lower in the pecking order,
And-
which
and-
he's not gonna do.
And
But-
Conte
Fair. Then
he
we don't
might
need someone
seem
like
like
that
this
either.
idea that he's gonna bring like a winning mentality and this and that. He's won in other places.
It's a
But
band-aid.
Conte can do more bad than good as well. He
100%.
could ruin relationships with some of our best players, which will then be forced to sell. God knows how many players he's gonna want to get rid of from the guys we have now. This is the point. He said, if you thought Pioli was the guy, you wouldn't let him pick out all these players. Your midfield is completely new. And now next season, if you replace him, this coach might say, I don't want fucking Loftus-Cheek. What am I going to do with this Musa? What the fuck is Reindeers doing? This guy can't shoot on target. Maybe if we need to kill some pigeons, we'll let him play on the team. But other than that, these guys could come in and have a whole new mentality. And now we've wasted time buying these fucking players. Again, this is why I thought you should have fired him to begin with and started from scratch with whoever you thought was going to be the project. If
19
not,
games left.
Maldini alone.
19 games left. Gio just finishes off. Do you guys think we're all in for the Scudetto in Europa League? Gio, like I put in my post all the time with that guy with the sign, Io ci credo. I'm never going to start believing because belief is all I have. Hope is all I have. I'm always going to stand behind. I'm always going to wish for Inter to drop points like they were supposed to this fucking weekend.
Best.
But that's it. Wishing for our team's best and bring up Gianpaolo running back. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, that
Look,
was
the difference for me is I never want to see our team do bad to fire the coach.
No, me neither.
A lot of people are like that.
Yeah, I like that.
People are like, I want this team to fucking lose so this coach gets fired. No, I never want to see my Milan lose. Never.
When I am 100% in agree with that. And I go ahead.
I'm just realistic in certain things where, I never want to see us lose. So do I want us to win next round? Fucking yes. Do I want us to win the Europa League? Fucking yes. And if we do and we make top 4, guess what? Pioli's staying, guys, and you guys got a fucking Pioli out hashtag all over fucking Twitter or X.
More
for
content
for
podcasts. There we go.
Right.
More
That's
content for podcasts. Guys, how much did we get for Krunic? 73 million. How much did we get for him?
Yeah.
5 million, I believe.
I believe
it's
Krunic.
more for 5
It's not
million.
Adley we're talking about, the best player on our team that is valued at 73 million. Okay?
Oh, 73.
Come on, Vinny, get it right.
Let me just ask you guys. Now that it seems like Krunic is going to be going to, I thought I saw something, a Turkish team. If not, I don't believe it's Fenerbahce. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. But what would you say when you think about Krunic, Vinny? What's the one thing you think about with his time at Milan?
You know what, for me, guys, like this is like, yes, we liked to, the polar opposites of the Krunic lovers and, making fun, whatever. I just felt Krunic every time that we needed him, he did a lot better than he did bad. That's my personal opinion. I think
Krunic better than Adley? Yes. 100%.
From what we've seen so far, I have to agree with you. Krunic, I think, got to a bad spell, and guys, something happened. Something happened in that dressing room, and right now, the way Krunic, yes, he had bad games, guys, just like everybody else. Krunic had bad games.
He wanted more money, guys. I think that's what it was.
I think maybe
he also saw the replacement because Benacer was coming back, guys. Remember, our starting fielder should be Reindeers, fucking Benacer and Loftus-Cheek, okay, and then mix it up in there. But that's
Krunic. Krunic, I think, did not accept maybe the fact that even though Pioli was starting him a lot of the games, a lot of the games that I didn't understand why he was starting him, that with the signings that we got, he was not going to be a starter, and maybe was not ready to be a second string backup. Which is totally understandable, right?
And if he goes to Turkey, he's going to be a starter, 100%.
Well, so, I think it's this. All right,
we got money for him. I'm happy. Pays for
again. If we would have sold him in the summer, we would have got more money. But that's neither here or there. Milan selling players late or not at all. What a fucking surprise! But the thing with Krunic that I just want people to remember, all right? One, I think his dip in form comes from playing almost every game while we were actually having a good run of form. 2, bringing up the fact that he wanted more money. He was looking to get more money, and when he didn't get the I guess the offers or the feedback from Milan that he wanted that $1 million raise, I believe he was
He
looking
didn't
at
resign.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that's when the real fragment started to happen. Then he's not getting played. But one thing I'm going to remember for Krunic before we say sayonara to King Krunic, Krunic was always meant to be a rotational player. A player who could play multiple positions.
A Swiss Army knife.
Yes, that, mind you, remember all of this, Krunic haters, that when we went through our Scudetto run, those key games, Krunic had a valuable fucking role to play in almost all the last 7 or 8 games in that run to win the Scudetto. So, yes, the idea of him being a starter is ludicrous, but as a role player, which, again, if you could have structured the contracts accordingly, Krunic could have been a valuable player to keep on. But the fact that he wanted more money, you're basically playing him every game, but you don't want to give him a raise. At some point, the player is going to say, you know what, fuck you. Why am I staying here?
And that's more money somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'll go somewhere. I'll
no
make
problem.
my money. I won't be killed. You're playing me twice a week here, all 90 minutes, and you don't want to give me more money. I'll go somewhere else for the last couple of years of my career.
Wish him all the best, dude. I wish him all the best. I don't want to, you know what? He did what he
Thank you for helping us with the Scudetto.
And that's all. That's what I say. Don't talk shit about Messi.
He overperformed
shit about these other players.
when we weren't expecting him to.
Yeah, he was our left wing in the last run. He was our left wing. He was our center attacking mid. The only position I think he didn't play on our team was fucking striker. That's it.
Like there was Lord Barini, and then there was King.
That's
Krunic.
why Lord Krunic. That's why they're exactly there.
Exactly.
Lord Barini,
King
Lord
Krunic, Lord Krunic, whatever you want to call him, whatever.
Lord Barini, King Krunic.
Yes.
Let's get into just the preview here. Roma, obviously, they struggled. They got knocked out of the Coppa Italia. We're in the same position. We just got bounced today as well. Mourinho won't be on the touchline for this one. They have a couple of injuries. Dybala and Lukaku probably are going to play. Don't really know who's suspended on their side. Us, we're pretty much – I'd be very surprised if we don't pretty much run out the same starting 11 that we had today. This game is pretty valuable to us because we cannot drop points whatsoever. But other than that, guys, what's your opinion going into this particular game? It's going to be the 2:45 game for us here on Sunday. So that's Sunday Night Football for Italy over there. So to me, I see this game as again, pretty much every game in the Campionato is do or die for us. So I expect us to get the win. How comfortably? Not quite sure. I'm sure Vinny will have a little prediction. He's going to leave off for a little pregame chat, so don't miss that. But we'll start with you, Timmy. What's your kind of preview going into this game? What are you expecting from the Roma game?
I think we win. I think as bad as we are, Roma's just worse, if anything.
Mm-hmm. And they're dealing with injuries too.
If it's going to be a close game, probably, but I think we should win. There's, listen, at the end of the day, what I'm looking forward to most is that I'm going to be having a drink with Facebook Frank and with Vincenzo Mancini, okay?
That's true.
And
the only Mancini I like right now, because the other one on Roma,
so
I want to punch him right in the face.
What I'm predicting is that, Vince, you're coming back to your old city. I like to call it my city, so drinks are on me, don't worry. And that's going to be the most enjoyment part about the whole Sunday thing. Now, if Milan win, perfect. We party, we have fun, we eat, we drink. If they don't win, I don't know. It's still party and drink, but whatever.
You know what? I'm going to announce this directly right now live on YouTube. Vinny's a Patreon member. You're a Patreon member. Yep. I would like you to make a round for you, Vinny Mancini, Facebook Frank, and I'll PayPal you the money. It will be my pleasure. Nothing expensive. No.
I'm gonna come there.
No.
Get me when I go. You get me when I go there and visit. I'm gonna come visit this just before the season. I told Fab I'm gonna come visit. I finally got my passport in because I'm going to Italy, so I can actually cross the border down south and say I'm coming in sometime New York. I'm happening. My girlfriend wants to, or my fiance, sorry.
Gotta get those.
He's gonna kill me.
Drinks
right?
on TV.
My fiance. My fiance wants to go to New York, so
Oh, baby.
so we'll
Okay,
come
so I'll
visit
send
for
the
sure,
money
and I'm
over
gonna
to
come
Fabio. But
Montreal
now it's
too.
going to cost me more money with this fucking exchange. You see me? I wanted to keep it Canadian to Canadian. You got to go in with the American dollar. It's okay.
I'm
It's
gonna
okay.
come visit you
Get a
in
Bud Light.
Montreal too. You're okay. You
Okay,
know what you can
Montreal.
treat me to? A Schwartz Montreal smoked meat sandwich. Because
There
that's
we
my
go.
favorite thing
Not
about
pastrami
Montreal.
on rye like they have in Long Island.
No,
A nice smoked meat
no.
sandwich.
From
Beautiful.
Schwartz.
Listen,
Okay.
Unless you know
don't
So
ever
somewhere
use
better.
the term smoked meat to
Yes.
me again. All right, watch your mouth. All right, so listen,
Okay.
Vincenzo, I know you're going to do a little preview. You're doing a preview.
Yeah.
On
We're
Sunday
doing a
people?
preview. We're gonna do even a watch along. I think Andon and the boys are
Yes,
gonna
yes.
do the
Milan Labs are going to
Milan
be.
Labs are gonna go join the channel. They're gonna do a watch along. Yes, definitely. And you know what, guys? We're gonna destroy Roma. I don't like to give
Nice.
prediction usually. We're gonna fucking destroy them. Because you know what? Because the Milan Twitter world is gonna completely forget about today's result. And they're gonna go, yay, Milan, look how good we are. Where's Lupo Roma? That's what I think we're gonna
What
destroy
happened
them.
to that guy?
Damn,
Is he
that
around?
was a straight shot at
Oh,
Lupo.
man. What happened? Is that guy alive?
He's alive. I saw a tweet today.
He
He's
hasn't
alive.
been on busted tweets in a while, but I think he's
I
gonna
wonder.
find
Him
it.
and the Napoli fans are hiding underneath rocks again. Ah,
Did you not
interesting.
see Stevie P's rant on
Oh,
Napoli?
I wish I could mimic it, buddy. I swear that's gonna be my ringtone. It is gonna be my ringtone. So every time we're gonna hear Vinny right with the Napoli pizzeria. Oh, that's the greatest thing.
Frank,
ever.
make
that-
sure
that
you're
was-
next. Make sure, Frank, that you're next to Vinny Mancini. You're gonna join us live. The link will be sent to Timmy and Vinny.
We'll try to
We
get
will
early
see you
with the
there
laptop.
on Sunday. And Fabio, are you gonna close us off? You know, you're the
Yes.
host.
Oh, you're
Oh,
winding
Ron,
away. You have to
too
let
quick.
me do that.
There's
Vinny.
lots of
Okay,
time.
scusate.
Listen, as we normally do, parting shots, everybody. Since our boys are going to be meeting up there in Toronto, where are you going to be at, Tim? You start us with the parting shots, buddy.
Oh, there you go. So we are going to be at the AC Milan Club of Toronto, Paolo Maldini in Vaughan. It's the Mills Tap House. If you like craft beers, great place. If you like good burgers, man, their burgers are fantastic. So shout out to them. But that's where we'll be. You get to be with me. You get to be with Facebook Frankie and all the group.
That's it. First, you had Franco from New York.
Yeah.
Now Vince Mancini's going to be there. I mean, me.
Bob, you like the picture? You asked for the picture.
I loved
sent you
it.
the picture.
I like the one like this too. That was my favorite one as well.
He said this to the sweetheart, and he went, "Bah."
No, I love Franco.
Franco's a great guy. Honestly, amazing time. I love it.
Vincenzo, you're going to be at Chicharo's?
We're gonna be at Chicharo's in the city of the home of the best bagel in the world, the best cured ham, smoked meat sandwich. Nothing does it better. Milan Club Montreal, Chicharo's. You're gonna have a nice chuchi sub. You can have una bella insalata con un po' di salsiccia, a salad with sausage inside. Where are you gonna get that? You want a salad? You want to keep healthy? Throw some sausage on there. So at Chicharo's, guys, 245 in St. Leonard. Come and join us. We're going to have a nice little bunch. And maybe there'll be some Roma fans over there. We feel bad for them. But hey, we are an inclusive club. We accept all genders of Serie A fans. All genders.
Well, listen, all right? If you want to be your place where we don't care about what the fuck you're eating, all right? All we care about is you're drinking, all right? Come have a brewski with me. Franco's going to be there. All the rest of the New York City club. This is the place to be. Vinny knows the Football Factory is a football experience unlike any other.
Very nice.
Milan, Roma, 245, Football Factory, 33rd Street. You say, Fab, where is that 33rd Street? Well, you find the fucking Empire State Building and go right there because it's literally across the street. All right? It is the place to be. I'm going to be there. If you're there, come say hello. I'm not doing no pregame chat. I'm going to be eating upstairs, watching a little NFL until this shit turns on. And then, yes, I will be rooting for my Milan to win. I know that baffles people watching me because they think I'm all Pioli out only. I'm always about Milan. I fucking ride Milan until I die, all right? And I expect a victory every time I turn that fucking television on or I walk into the bar. So come see me. I want to thank everybody in the chat. We have Fitcom Media, and Moss, Vince Mancini. Vince, come to New York, buddy. Katie, of course, our wonderful fiance of Tim here. Paulo Cesar. We got, of course, Facebook. Frank, Suhail, Leban Youssef, of course, one of our regulars. So many people. We appreciate everybody who's there in the chat. Of course, my uncle Vincenzo Messina. Thank you,
He's
Vincenzo.
a troll, your uncle. He's a
No,
troll.
he's not. He's a
good man.
He supports his godson. He supports his godson. Jamie, Kevin, everybody in the chat, man. Kim, of course, our wonder from down under, Kim Barini. We appreciate you, buddy, always staying up with us. Dominic, so many people in chat, man. We appreciate you guys always coming and checking out Coast to Coast. Also, Gio, brother, again, condolences from everybody here for your uncle, man. I know you're taking a little time off, but please, I need my Coast to Coast partner back as soon as possible. All right, I need that Cali love, guys. I thank you so much, both of you, for taking time to do the show with me tonight.
I'll send you the bill. I'll send you the bill after the show. Don't worry about it.
Especially after the terrible game that we unfortunately had to watch today. But I appreciate you because this is like therapy for me.
It's okay. We're gonna get through it, guys. That's
been a while.
We have therapy. Therapy.
Timmy, it doesn't need to be this separated, all right? You come join the MWP family too. You're always welcome.
I don't know. I might get a lot of haters with me. Apparently, other
No, we love the haters. Bring them on. Are you kidding me? Stevie thrives off of it. Me and Gio get told every week we don't know what we're talking about.
He gets excited when he hears people talking about it. He gets excited.
We love it. We love it.
He gets a tingle in his belly.
Listen, the most important thing, hate us, love us, it don't matter. All you got to do is make sure you subscribe to the page, baby. Make sure you follow us on all of our platforms. Smash that like button. Leave a comment later if you're watching this later. Hit the damn bell so you're up to date and join our Patreon family. We are on a road to 1,000 subscribers on Patreon. So help us get there. Join the chat. Join the family. We're the only podcast out there that not only wants your money, but we want to give you a chance to come on and talk with Dr. Vinny, Dr. Fabio. I'm prescribing like nobody's business. You got to be in there. I'm not an intern. I got my fucking doctorate, all right? Don't turn me away. I'm over here. I'm just slinging.
He prescribes himself medication, people. He prescribes
himself damn medication. Right. Vinny, I know this is going to be weird. Ovunque e sempre.
Forza Milan, guys.
Yeah, baby. Good night, everybody. See you.